The assassination on males continues, which, as we know, I agree with disgusting actual scumbag males being in trouble. But Norm Macdonald's a sweet guy who does some pretty hilarious comedy. And he was banned from The Tonight Show recently when he had an appearance scheduled for, I guess he was on Howard Stern, or no, he was on somewhere else. He made a joke about something, and he got in trouble for that. Or I guess he was first criticized about his support for Louis C.K. and that type of stuff. And then he made a comment about calling somebody, he went to call somebody retarded, but instead he called somebody, said something about them, they had their Down syndrome. So he was like, oh, that guy's got Down syndrome or something like that. So now he's in, that caused Jimmy Fallon to cancel his appearance on The Tonight Show because he said Down syndrome, made fun of somebody who had, he didn't make fun of somebody who has Down syndrome. He just called somebody, you know, used the word Down syndrome to make fun of somebody, which I think should be fine. You know, it's not like you're actually making fun of someone with Down syndrome. But anyway, apparently people cried on the set, or people that worked on the Jimmy Fallon Show were crying when they found out he was there because of his comments, which clarifies to me, you know, when you make fun of a short guy, he gets angry. When you make fun of a tall guy, you get angry. People get mad when you tell them the truth about themselves. So this clarifies to me that everybody who works on the Jimmy Fallon Show has Down syndrome. I was always wondering, but now it's been clarified. Listen to this.
And the Me Too movement, and it led to the Tonight Show, you know, saying that we're going to cancel the appearance, but we wanted him to come and clear the air.
And I was working for Roseanne when Roseanne's thing went down, and I called her the next day, and she was crying the whole time I was talking to her. Right. I've known Roseanne for a while, and I was worried about her because she seemed really, really in a bad place. And I said, I can't really talk to you about this because I've never been through anything like this. And I said, I know Louis, and he's been through this where he's had everything taken from him. Right. And I said, not many of us have gone through this, and so you should talk to each other because you've and then the guy said, what about the victims? And I said, well, the victims haven't gone through this. I was talking about this particular event. Of course, the victims have gone through worse than that, but I'm going to get a victim to phone Roseanne?
No, but that's a good clarification.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important to be able to clarify and to be able to explain.
Oh, it's so important. It's just so important to clarify, everybody.
Because at the heart of it, I think we are forgiving people. We jump very quickly today, but I do think that we like to forgive. You went on the Howard Stern show yesterday to apologize, and you ended up making it worse because you said you'd have to have Down syndrome not to feel sorry for the victims.
Yes.
Do you regret saying
keep on getting into trouble, Norm Macdonald?
It's always bad when you have to apologize
for the apology.
An apology.
Do you lose it when you're on Howard? Is that what happens, Joe?
Well, there is a thing on Howard where there's a wreck.
By the way, fuck you, Norm Macdonald, for apologizing to these cunts around a table for all this. You know what you should have said, Norm Macdonald? You should have said, you know what, I'm not sorry about anything. In fact, I just shit my pants on this show, and I'm not sorry about that either.
Listeners in the studio, and, you know, you used to be a word we would all say.
Retarded.
To mean stupid, that we don't say anymore.
Retarded.
Right?
Yeah.
You know the word I'm talking about? Yes. And stupidly, I was about to say that word, and I stopped and said, what's the right word to say? And then I said a different word that was equally. Yeah.
Did you realize in that moment that probably
I realized at that moment that I'd done something unforgivable.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you know, it's
oh my God, dude, I've done something unforgivable?
like things spill out sometimes, and it's just difficult. You also
sometimes things come out and they're difficult. He's a comedian. He's a goddamn comedian, dude. What is going on our planet right now? Please kill us all.
With Roseanne, she gave you your first job.
Yes, she gave my first job.
And so you put her together with Louis C.K.
Yeah, because I was really concerned about Roseanne and you know, I don't want someone to end up killing themselves or anything.
Of course not.
Yeah, so
don't you think Louis, do you say that you think they deserve a comeback?
I think these people do want people to kill themselves. I think all these people want Roseanne to kill herself. I think they want Norm to kill himself, all because he said, oh, you'd have to have Down syndrome to be against that, or you have to be retarded to be against that. It's a stupid word. Who cares? As long as you're not actually making fun of retarded people. Like, if you went up to a person that was retarded and said, "Oh, you dumb retard," that's fucking crazy. That's mean. That's awful. That you should apologize for. That you probably will never apologize because something wrong with you. But come on, what is going on in this world?
Now, I was saying yesterday that Louis performed at Comedy Cellar.
Are you worried to speak now because of the backlash that you've received this week? Now
are you worried to speak now? Of course he is. Who isn't worried to speak now? Who wouldn't be worried to speak? Their career ended or castrated or an angry mob attacks them for telling a joke. What has gone wrong in this country? It's 1984. This is Nazi Germany. I mean, like, we're going to get there eventually. Dude, you're not going to be allowed to say the things you want to say.
Are you thinking twice before everything gets out of your mouth?
Think that way.
This is how he's a slow talk.
He's a talks like that.
But I think just in general, we all have to think very carefully about the words that come out of our mouth because you risk offending somebody or...
Yeah, you really shouldn't have to worry about the things that come out of your mouth or offending somebody when you're a comedian, okay? That is the goal of a comedian. So you really shouldn't have to worry about that, to be honest.
A number of people.
Well, Joy's often said that PC, political correctness, is killing comedy.
It is killing comedy.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree
clubs
with that.
it's
It's killing everybody. It's killing our lives.
a small group.
Well,
Well, it's not just
often people will come and say, you know, some guy said a joke and you're asked to defend it, and the joke is always horrible. Like,
well, all of this is happening.
Yeah.
You know, and we also, you know, we've all stepped in it as comics.
Yeah.
We all have stepped in it as comics.
And as lawyers and as journalists. Appearance on Jimmy Fallon was canceled. And he said that his staffers were actually crying about the comments that you made. Were you surprised at that reaction?
Weren't
have
they
you been
crying that you were
surprised
there? They were crying that he was there.
that you were even there? Have you been surprised by this?
Dude, Jimmy Fallon's staffers were crying because they found out Norm Macdonald was there because the other day he said that you'd have to have Down syndrome to not feel bad for the victims. So Norm Macdonald said you have to have Down syndrome for the victims to not care about the victims. And that made the staffers at Jimmy Fallon show cry? Oh my God. Are they going to be okay? Are you people going to be okay at Jimmy Fallon, the Tonight Show? Are you going to be okay? Because Norm Macdonald is there? Oh my God. I hope you're okay. You fuck. Subscribe. This country is going to hell, bro. You can't make a joke. You can't make a single joke about anything. Well, guess what? I will, and I do. You will not silence me. You will not silence my comedy, and you will not silence me because you told me to. It's not happening, and fuck you, Norm Macdonald, for apologizing, you tall fucking idiot. Norm Macdonald is a sweet man, and he was forced to apologize like some scared puppy dog, like he did something wrong here. He didn't. I got news for you, Norm. You didn't do anything wrong. You're normal. The people that aren't normal are these fuckers who are crying because you said Down syndrome. What the hell is wrong with our country?